This is my long overdue NaNoWriMo Wrap-Up. I just got caught up in other things I was doing. It's Tuesday, December 8th, 12:08 p.m. And I wanted to say that this year's NaNoWriMo was different for me for a variety of reasons. Well, it's not just because we're in a pandemic. It was because it's the first time being back in Toronto that I finished it in Toronto. I had this weird thought that maybe I could only really finish NaNoWriMo in my hometown because I did it 3 years in a row there and I never completed it anywhere else. Well, this year proved that wrong. That in fact I could complete it in Toronto. And not only that, I proved to myself that I could do NaNoWriMo and do well in my college courses, in the college program. So I know a lot of people do writing and work and family and all this stuff all at once, but I tend to get, I don't. So this year, though, I kept writing every day, and I did it. I also did this in, this semester I had a writing course in the program that I took, and we did this exercise called Glimpse Through the Fog, where you go over a different piece of writing, and you highlight or you extract certain phrases and statements in that, and you create a different work with it. And I did that with my 2014 NaNoWriMo, and I really liked how it didn't just condense. It it was really interesting for me to do that, and I'm going to probably do that with all of my 30 days in agoraphobia from 2014 to present. So, that's another reason which made this NaNoWriMo special. The other reason was the Toronto NaNoWriMo local group, NaNoWriMo.org, NaNoWriMo.org, I think I spelled that right. It has it has places all over the world, but Toronto is pretty special. They've been actively involved for a long time, and I've lived in Toronto before, and I've left and I've come back, and I've always been shy. They've had these great coffee shop write-ins, not during the pandemic, but prior to, and I was just shy about going, and I'd always I didn't go. I never went. But this year, I attended some virtual write-ins. I participated with them, and it was really cool. It was really cool. And now I'm still continuing some writing sprints on the Discord part with Sprinto and whoever shows up, because I'm continuing my writing streak that I started on November 1st. So November 1st was day 1, and now I'm on day 30-something, because I'm just going to keep writing. I'm not doing NaNoWriMo, I'm just doing journal entries online, but it was a good experience for me. I'm not saying every day was fantastic as far as what I actually wrote, and as far as answering the question, did I go outside today, which has been the question for that project for a long time. I went out once. So, pandemic, but also, wow, interesting. So I kept up with school. In fact, I've got good grades, and I did NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to show you how my calendar ended up looking. Again, because I did not pay attention to months ago when I printed this out, months and months ago. Now I would have paid attention, but not paying attention to the fact that it was a Monday to Sunday calendar instead of a Sunday to Saturday one messed me up a couple times as far as where my words were at. I mean, I kept track every day and I had a document running, but so it's a bit messy, but this is how it went. So every day I do a check off for the 750 words, and I would write my total word count, and eventually I got to the point, I think, right here, where I started putting it was right here, where I started putting what NaNoWriMo would expect of that day if you were doing 1,667 words per day. I hit 20, okay, so I hit 10K on, okay, let's go over this. I hit 5K words. I was over 5,000 words on day 2. Really strong start. On day 10, day 5, sorry. I can't count, I'm distracted. Day 5, 10,000 words. I was at, no, I wasn't. Yeah, I was. Or something like that. I don't know. That's where I had my calendar messed up. Day 13, I was at 25,000. So, yeah, day 5 or day 6 is when I hit 10,000. I'm really confused there. But anyway, it's fine. 25,000 words on, I was at 27, but 25 milestone on day 13. And 50,000 words is the NaNoWriMo goal. I hit that on the 26th of November. The 26th. And I kept writing because I wanted to daily write every day. That's part of my project. And also, I just kept going. And I ended up with 56,186 words on the 30th. So, it's pretty cool. Things that I didn't do, which I thought I was going to do, was the letters to the letters portion of NaNoWriMo for my project. I honestly thought that I would just run out of things to write about. And I did at some point. Like, I had days where I was dragging words out of me. And I didn't do the letters to the letters. Which one hung me up? Definitely the Dear Family one. I think that's psychologically interesting that I stopped at that prompt. I could have switched to a different prompt, but I had been doing them in order. And it was my own setup. I set myself up with that. Maybe I thought it would be easier to write Dear Family because I have a lot of thoughts and feelings on it, but I didn't do it. So I didn't write any more letters to the letters. I just kept writing my daily things. So this is a certificate. It's not in color because I just have black and white ink. I should be grateful for that. That I even have printer toner still, considering I'm printing out so much for school. And that's a certificate. You win the certificate. So 26th November, 50,120 words, and 30th of November, 56,186 words. I am proud of myself for doing that. I think that my follow through was good, and that my participation with other people was good, and that deciding on more of an idea of what I can do with this particular work is good. Maybe it won't be glimpsed through the fog, but I could definitely do excerpts of it and have a cohesive novel about the experience of being isolated from the world, even pre-pandemic, but still very much engaged and interested in the world and in daily life and thought and an active mind and whatnot. So my only question regarding my project now is, if I don't hear back about it from someone in particular, I might decide to go another year with NaNoWriMo. I know the vaccines are coming out right about now in 2020, end of 2020, beginning of 2021. But, I feel that there's going to be lingering. I don't think it'll be for everyone. Everyone won't get it, and or there's still going to be lingering economic fallout. So anyway, not to divert from the topic of NaNoWriMo, but in particular for my project, I'd like to see what I'm doing a year from now with 30 Days in Agoraphobia. I'd like to do NaNoWriMo in 2021 with the topic 30 Days in NaNoWriMo, writing every day. Did I go outside today? And see what my answers are then and what my life is like then. Because a year from now, if I'm staying on track, I'll have completed the college certificate program I'm currently in. I will know by then if I'm going to get to go to further college, like into a program. And then I'll have more of an idea, especially by November, of whether I will be able to pursue university in the near future after that as an actual possibility. I mean, or by then I might be published more, or by then I might actually get hired at some place that I would really like to work at. I mean, these things are questions in my mind that I would like to see as part of this writing project. I just think it'd be interesting. And or I might end up moving from this city again. I don't know. So I am curious, and I think it would be an interesting way to, I might stay in the city and move back to the area that I loved, which is something I wrote about often at the beginning of my NaNoWriMo years ago. And that would be an interesting way to come back around as well. Will that settle my soul a bit? There's some interesting things for me in this work, which excite me. Yeah. So I think this was a good experience for me. I think that there's a lot of discussion. Yeah, of course I'm hiding my face. Hiding my face. There's a lot of discussion on Twitter and other writing platforms where people express thoughts about writing, where people are talking about, if you didn't write in the pandemic, don't be mad at yourself. And everybody's handling this differently. And I agree 1,000,000,000,000,000,000%. People have different levels of functionality right now. And there are so many factors that come into play. Your support system, your basic needs being met, how you're able to function, what do you turn to as coping mechanisms or lack thereof. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we should be hard on ourselves as writers on this thing. It wasn't time to write a book. It was time to worry and stress, and we had so much going on. But for me, I hate saying that. For me, this really was a good, not the pandemic, but this time period was really good for me to go, if not now, when. Not getting any younger, not getting hired. I've always known I want to write. Why not do it? Why not just do it? what's stopping me. Plus, being it's different even as an agoraphobic tendencies person when you are trapped inside with someone. It's different than how it is generally. It is different. It's, believe me, I've imagined so many wanderings throughout the town and ran away a million times in my head. So I just think that this was somehow that tension helped me to do schooling and to write, because I'm thinking, well, if I ever want to feel less helpless or stuck or anything, then I need to get myself out of it or through it or show that I can do it. And so I am. And that's how I feel about that. This was a good start. So the pandemic has been terrible. It is still frightening as far as I live in an area where its effects are clearly, evidently shown, from long-term care homes to evictions to, as I said before, the way people started out pots clanging on the streets to now just ambulances going by. There's the guilt, but the fear of losing it when you have internet and a roof over your head, even though it's as precarious as it ever was. It's, there's, after bills are paid till next pay, there's 53 cents in my account. And I'm still thankful. The rent's paid, tenant insurance, hydro, internet. It's just, and everything will be taken care of by the end of the month. It's just, it's supposed to be Christmas time, and it hasn't felt like that for a while. I don't mean to go on this tangent. I'm just saying everybody's living with some kind of uncertainty, or if they have some level of stability, there's still the fear they could lose it, just like before. And yet, for those of us who made it through NaNoWriMo, whatever amount of words we got done, we still turned our focus toward something that meant something to us, and that was toward some sort of goal. For some people, it was working on existing projects. For some people, they went on creative quests, and I admire that. For myself, I did a lot of self-reflection, and at the same time while doing a lot of that in my schoolwork. And I'm thankful for that, because it was good for me. It was really good for me. And while I did not feel the same sense of accomplishment in finishing NaNoWriMo this year as I did the very, very, very first year, where I was so excited. And even though I couldn't buy the winter t-shirt or any merchandise, I did get the halo, though, early on for contributing basically the bare minimum that I could afford, but to NaNoWriMo. But even though I couldn't get this stuff that would have helped me feel a little more I got stickers from the local group. That's something that's awesome. They provided stickers which are on my laptop, which I rarely use because I'm always using my iMac, but I'm really grateful to have those because they were fun. That was a surprise that came in the mail during NaNoWriMo, which was great. But this was just a long tangenty. I finished. I did do it. I'm still writing. I'm using 750words.com. I think that my particular area is very active with NaNoWriMo year-round, with write-ins and, like, with not write-ins, but with, like, groups and stuff. So, like, I think that, if you have something like that around you, tap into it, because it's pretty valuable. It was really great to do a writing sprint last night with somebody on the server, and yeah, so stuff like that. Some of us, this online experience is like having a whole bunch of people suddenly show up to where you were all along. You know, some of us were isolated before. And some of us have construction going on in the building, in the apartment upstairs. And in less than half an hour, one of us has a work meeting, and the other one of us has class this afternoon. So thank you for watching this video. That's how my November looked for NaNoWriMo in school. And this is how I kept track of my writing and all the things I was doing in November. And it worked out really well. I even started belly dancing classes, so I think that it was a worthwhile venture this year. And as I was saying, it was like a bunch of people showed up to where a bunch of us already were in isolation. And I think that's helped some of us feel less alone. A little bit curious about what happens later when the normal supposedly happens again, but that's my experience. Thanks for watching. And I would refer to my old NaNoWriMos, except I was doing daily vlogging, and it's allowing me showing off all the stuff I could get, and probably feeling sad I didn't live in Toronto and blah blah blah. So I might do daily NaNoWriMo vlogs next year if I'm actually doing things, or I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. I mean, we'll see. That's kind of interesting to see, right? Take care.